guys. It's nice having you guys here.
Thanks.
I'm going to start off with something that's definitely been on my mind. Last year, you guys lost 3 games by only one score. Two of those were against pretty well-off SOC opponents. So this year, how do you guys kind of hope to finish out those games differently, and what are you guys going to do?
Well, that's the word you said right there is something we talked about. We talked about on the way up here, and we've talked about it all summer. Is finishing. Two of these guys up here last year didn't get to really participate in some of those games, due to injuries. We're hoping to be healthy and have everybody on board for the entirety of the season this year. But that's been our message all summer long here in the preseason through camp is like we have to finish games. We have to do the little things throughout the first 3-4 quarters so it doesn't come down to that final minute and those final scores, eliminating pre-snap penalties and just doing our jobs. So that's just been the thing that we've really been emphasizing as a program.
You kind of touched on it a little bit there, but even with those injuries, you guys were taking a lot of pretty good teams down the wire. Is that almost kind of encouraging, knowing that this season you guys are healthier and you can take it back to those teams this year?
Well, that's definitely the hope. Injuries are such a wild card when it comes to football. Things you deal with, and it really did take its toll on our team. But one of the positives was the ability that Anthony over here was able to step in, and he had a tremendous season once Gabe got hurt. And so there's a few guys because of the injuries to Gabe and Nolan down there on the end. Some of those injuries allowed other guys to get some time and experience to where this year, they're in there and they're not learning on the fly this year like they might have been. So, while those were negatives and they did hurt us in the long run, it was something that we hope that, pays off, this season for us.
And you mentioned something such as removing pre-snap penalties. What are some other improvements you guys have kind of noticed, especially this summer, heading into this next season?
Really, it's just getting guys to do their jobs. We are extremely experienced this year. It's something we haven't had really since I've been the head coach of the program. So it's something we have just been pushing guys to make sure that everybody knows their role, does their job, and finishes plays. And hopefully now with a little more mature team and a team that's kind of been here and been through the fire a little bit, they know what it takes to win down the stretch.
And then I do kind of want to touch on that run game a little bit. Two very exceptional running backs in the backfield this year. It's almost like a two-headed monster, I like to call it. Talk to me about what those carries are kind of going to look like for this season, and then could we potentially see other parts of the offense open up because of that run game?
Yeah, these guys, I mean, we've talked, going into the preseason, and the great thing about these guys, they're extremely unselfish, and they just want to win games. And, as far as what the carries look like and everything else, it's going to, a lot of that will depend on, not only game planning, but what teams are looking to take away. There are two best offensive players. We know that. The other teams know that. So, we're going to make sure that we do everything we can to get them in the right positions. And, we have a lot of other really good athletes that can make some plays. And if we get the run game going the way it needs to be, it is going to open up other parts of the offense.
And then talking to running backs, obviously, what's it kind of like having that trust placed into you guys, getting referred to as the two best offensive players on the team? How does it feel getting those carries in the backfield, being trusted with the ball in your hands?
Yeah, it's just a lot of like respect. I feel like we both been here. He moved in later than the 2 years ago, but I mean he's earned it. He had a solid, great year last year. I mean he's reliable. He's a great running back. Having both of us just take over the offense, I mean it's awesome. I mean it just shows the trust that Nolan has with us, and just overall how much hard work we put into the program.
Yeah, saying thank Nolan for having me, accepting me. You definitely gonna see some things from us, open a lot with our offense, and this being the best player that Nolan can make me.
I know when we talked earlier in the summer, we talked about how you're still trying to find that quarterback. You had a few guys that were looking like they could be options there. First of all, who's that quarterback going to be, and how much are they going to be able to be helped by the two guys to your left here that are going to be able to help kind of carry the load a little bit and not put as much pressure on them?
It's funny that you say that because we went into the scrimmage the other night. Me and my quarterbacks coach, we were just discussing. We were hoping one guy like really pulled away and just kind of did things that said, okay, I'm the guy. And both of them were incredible. I mean, both just played just lights out. So, we discussed yesterday, and we had both guys come in, and there's the old saying that if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. But for us, we feel like we have two guys that can play. They both have different strengths, and right now that's our plan, is to play both guys, and we'll kind of ride the hot hand and see what's there. The good thing is they are different. I kind of said that they are different styles. So one of them runs a little bit more than the other, and the other one is extremely savvy and knows what to do, plays the position well. So we're just in a spot that we're going to kind of let that continue to play out. Both guys have earned the opportunity to keep playing, and right now we just felt as a coaching staff that it wasn't right to say one guy or the other with the way both have played, and that's a credit to those kids.
Is that going to be something that, are you a little bit concerned about teams being able to key off of them? Or how do you, when you have a two quarterback system, how do you mix it up to where teams can't key in on, oh, this guy's in, they're going to pass the ball, and this guy's in, they're going to run the ball? How do you mix that up?
Well, one of the things is already we've mentioned these two guys are going to be back there. So, I mean, majority of the run game, these guys are here, but having that two-headed monster on the offensive side, with these guys is something. But the one quarterback that we have that does run a little bit more, he also can throw the ball. So it's not going to be something where you're going to just be able to say, hey, this guy's in, they're going to do this, or this guy's in, they're going to do that. But when you mention running, throwing mix, with these guys and with our offensive line, I mean, we are going to be a run-heavy team, and how we go about that's going to look different from week to week. With the game planning and stuff, we pride ourselves in not having too many tendencies, and we pride ourselves in having multiple facets that can beat teams. So that's really our hope right now, is just to make sure that we take what the defenses give us and put our kids in the best position to succeed.
So then, the last time Valley won a playoff game was in 2020. If we look even before that season, because with the COVID year, it was 2015.
Right.
It's almost, I guess, what are we noticing that's different about this year's team that you think can get you guys back to that level again?
Well, I'll start off. I was on the staff in 2020, and that was exciting times. Win some of those games, and I've been coaching for a long time, and one of the things is we are experienced at this point. We've got a group that has bought in. Our culture and our locker room are great. I'll let these guys kind of answer maybe the second part of your question there, but we're confident in where we are at. When I took over the program, I did know that there was going to be some growing pains. We knew with the numbers, but we've really worked hard to get back up there, and we hope that we are able to have some success in the playoffs this year. Barney.
This year just feels incredibly reassuring that we have the depth, where, for example, if one person on the team isn't doing a job, we feel incredibly confident in putting the next guy in to where he can do his job.
Yeah, we had a lot of people step up, fighting for spots, be competitive every day. It's tough love over there, and we just want everybody to get better, complete first spot.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, we're all old. I mean, we're a heavy junior, senior team. Everybody knows what they're doing. It's the trust. I mean, our line has stepped up a ton. They're all some dogs out there. I'm not even going to lie. Like, if they do their assignment, I mean, running backs, it's not even us at this point. It's them. I mean, they step up. They do incredible jobs. I mean, even in our scrimmage, they did amazing. I mean, I can't give enough thanks for that.